Good day, I am Johnbert Tubal and my topics are Transaction Processing System, Management Information System, and Decision Support System. Let's discuss first what is Transaction Processing System. A Transaction Processing System, or TPS, is a type of information system that collects, stores, modifies, and retrieves the data transaction of an enterprise. Transaction Processing System also attempt to provide predictable response times to requests, although this is not as critical as real-time systems. Rather than allowing the user to run arbitrary programs as time-sharing, transaction processing allows only predefined, structured transactions. Each transaction is usually short duration and processing activity for each transaction is programmed in advance. There are four features of TPS. This is rapid response, reliability, flexibility, and controlled processing. Rapid response. The response time of TPS is important because the business cannot afford to have their customers waiting for long periods of time before making transaction. Reliability. A good TPS must be reliable because if it were breakdown, business could lose huge portion of revenue because customers would not be able to purchase their products. Inflexibility. The TPS must work some way to every transaction as long as the TPS being used. The formality and structure should never change. Controlled processing. The TPS must be allowed authorized employees to able to access it anytime. Let's discuss the history of transaction processing system. The first transaction processing system was Sabre, made by IBM for American Airlines, which became operational in 1970. Designed to process up to 83,000 transactions a day. The system ran on two IBM 7090 computers. Sabre was migrated to IBM System 360 computers in 1972 and became an IBM product first as Airline Control Program or ACP and later as Transaction Processing Facility or TPF. In addition to airlines, TPF is used by large bank, credit cards companies, and hotel chains. There are two types of TPS. These are batch processing and real-time processing. Batch processing. Transaction may be collected and processed as batch processing. Transaction will be collected and later updated as batch when it's convenient or economical to process them. Historically, this was the most common method as the information technology did not exist allow real-time processing. Real-time processing. This is the immediate process of data. It provides instant information of transaction. It may involve a large number of users who are simultaneously performing transaction which change data. Because of advances of technology such as increase in speed of data transmission and larger bandwidth, real-time updating is possible. My second topic will be Management Information System or MIS. What is MIS? A Management Information System or MIS is an information system used to decision making and for coordination, control, analysis, and virtualization of information in organization. The study of information system involves people, processes, and technology in organized contexts. In a corporate setting, the ultimate goal of the use of management information system is to increase the value of profits of businesses. This is done by providing managers with timely and appropriate information allowing them to make effective decision within a shorter period of time. Let's discuss the history of MIS. While it can be contested that the history of management information system date as far as companies using ledgers to keep track accounting, the modern history of MIS can be divided into 5 eras originally by Kenneth C. Loudon and Jane Loudon in their seminal textbook Management Information System. The first era is mainframe and microcomputers computing. Second era, personal computers. Third era, client-server networks. Fourth era, enterprise computing. Fifth era, cloud computing. The first era, mainframe and mini-computer computing, was ruled by IBM and their mainframe computers, for which they supplied both hardware and software. These computers would often take up whole rooms and require teams to run them. As technology advances, these computers were able to handle greater capacities and therefore reduce their costs. As technology advances, these computers were able to handle greater capacities and therefore reduce their costs. Smaller, more affordable mini-computers allowed larger businesses to run their own computing center in-house. The second era, personal computers, began in 1965 as microprocessors started to compete with mainframe mini-computers and accelerated the processes of decentralization computing. Power from large data centers to small office in 1970s. Mini-computers actually gave way to personal computers, and relatively low-cost computers were become mass-market commodities, allowing business to provide their employees access to computing power that than 10 years before would have cost tens of thousands of dollars. Third era, client-server networks, arose as technology complexity increased, cost decrease, and end user, now the ordinary employee, required a system to share information with other employees within an enterprise. Computers are common network shared information on a server. This lets thousands, even millions of people access to data simultaneously on networks referred as intranets. The fourth era, enabled by high-speed networks, consolidated the original department-specific software application into integrated software platform referred to as enterprise software. This new platform tied all aspects of business enterprise together, offering rich information access encompassing the complete management structure. My third and last topic would be Decision Support System, or DSS. Decision Support System. A decision support system is an information system that supports business or organization decision-making activities. DSS serves the management, operations, and planning levels of organization, usually mid and higher management, and help people make decisions about problems they may rapidly changing and not easily specified in advance. Example, unstructured and semi-structured decision problems. Decision support system can be either fully computerized or human-powered, or combination of both. While academics have perceived DSS as a tool to support decision-making processes, DSS users see DSS as tool to facilitate organizational processes. Some authors have extended the definition of DSS include any system that might support decision-making, and some DSS include a decision-making software components. Sprague defines a proper term DSS as follows. DSS tend to be aimed at the least well-structured, under-specified problem that upper-level managers typically face. DSS attempt to combine the use of models and analytic techniques with traditional data access and retrieval functions. DSS specifically focuses on features which make them easy to use by non-computer proficient people in an interactive mode. And DSS emphasizes flexibility and adaptability to accommodate changes in environment and decision-making approach of the user. DSS includes knowledge-based system. A proper designed DSS is an interactive software-based system intended to help decision makers compile useful information from a combination of raw data, documents, and personal knowledge, or business models to identify the solved problems and decision making. History of DSS. The concept of decision support has evolved mainly from theoretical studies of organization decision making done in Carnegie Institute of Technology during the late 1950s and early 1960s. The implementation work done in 1960s. English. DSS became an area of research of its own in the middle of 1970s before gaining its intensity during 1980s. In the middle of late 80s, Executive Information System or EIS, Group Decision Support System GDSS, and Organization Support System or ODSS evolved from single user and model oriented DSS. Characteristic of Decision Support System. The primary purpose of DSS is to present information to the customer in an easy to understand way. A DSS system is beneficial because it can be programmed to generate many types of reports, all based on user specification. For example, the DSS generates information and outputs its information graphically as an bar chart that represent projected revenue or as written report. As technology continues to advance, data analysis is no longer limited to large, bulky mainframe computers. Since DSS is essentially application, it can be loaded on most computer systems, whether on desktop or laptops. Certain DSS applications are also available through mobile devices. The flexibility of DSS is extremely beneficial for users who travel frequently. This gives them opportunity to well informed and at all times, providing the ability to make the best decision for their companies and customer on the go or even on the spot.